Hi everyone, it's the Book Cougars, two middle-aged women on the hunt for a good read. I'm Emily.
And I'm Chris.
And it's Friday.
It is, again, it's the first Friday in September, believe it or not.
That's
oh my
right.
God, I cannot believe how fast this year's going by.
I agree.
We were just in Salem, Massachusetts, Wednesday. Oh my God, we had a blast. And one of the books we have to show you today is this lovely book, The North Shore Literary Trail. So that is like north of Boston, basically. People ask us, like, how do you find your biblio adventures? You know, how do you come up with places to go, things to see? And this is the type of book that provides a ton of inspiration, obviously. And in the case of this book, I should say it's by the History Press. You should check out their website. They do have a wide variety. It breaks it down by... You can't really see. We're getting blown out here.
Maybe if you tilt it down a little bit. The other way.
This way.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can kind of barely see, but it breaks it down by the town and then what authors are associated with it. So in the case of Salem, which is one of the biggest towns with the most authors mentioned, this is where Nathaniel Hawthorne shows up a lot, and we just had a ball. We used this as a bit as a guide. We also did some online research, but our listener, longtime friend of the podcast, Karen, aka Barker for Books, joined us. She drove down from Maine, and we had such a fun time with her. She's super spontaneous and willing to be goofy, as you can see from a picture we're going to insert here, where we were recreating the cover of Hocus Pocus.
And we were at the Salem Public Library when we did that. We went to both the Athenaeum, which they're within like 2 blocks of each other, and then we went to the public library. And yes, Karen was up for a lot of fun.
Yes.
Which was really nice.
And the librarians there were totally up for our shenanigans.
Yes.
And encouraged us to look around the library, and then gave us a nice little pamphlet on the man who dedicated what had been his home as the public library. So we will recap that biblio adventure on episode 190.
Yes.
And give you more details about that. But we just wanted to let you know about this book as the type of book that could be really eye-opening or inspirational in terms of mapping out your own biblio adventers.
Yeah, and if any of you are reading the 3rd book in our Scarlet Summer, The Invisible Hour, there are times when the characters are in Salem, they talk about the person who lived in the public library that we're just talking about. So,
very cool.
Little hints.
Nice.
I want to talk about 2 books. And look at the cover of this one. It's got a butterfly, or really it's actually a moth wing. And look how iridescent it is. Isn't that so cool?
Very cool.
So this is called Thin Places, A Natural History of Healing in Home by Kerri May. And this came out in 2021. Thank you to Milkweed Press, who sent both of her books. I'm going to talk about the other one next. And this is about growing up in Derry, Ireland, which was the center of the Troubles. Kerri's about 40 years old, so she was born during the time of the Troubles to one Protestant parent and one Catholic parent. And this book talks about her time growing up and the difficulty of it. It's a memoir. And then her new book is coming out called Cacophony of Bone. What's the subtitle? The Circle of a Year. And this is coming out in November. And this documents her year with her partner, where they moved to a very rural cottage in Ireland. And it's during 2020. And we all know what that year was. So, and I believe she has a child, a little baby. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think that's the case. Beautiful writing. So far, I have started Thin Places because, to be honest with you, you can see I have a tab in both of them. I started this one, and she's referring to this one.
Okay.
And longtime listeners know I like to read in order.
Yeah.
So I decided to pick this one up instead, and then I'll make my way into this one. In the comments down below, I'll put links to 3 things. One is just a short little under 2-minute video where she introduces this book, and then 2 conversations she has with Katherine May on her podcast. She had her on 2 different times for both of these books, and that's how I heard about her and got in touch with Milkweed and got copies of the books. So all of those links are down below. Again, it's Thin Places and Cacophony of Bones.
That's awesome. I love covers that do fun things like that.
Isn't it so beautiful?
Makes me think a little bit of People of the Book, because it has that beautiful wing on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, the book I'm reading is called, well, not reading it yet, but plan to, is Cleat by Meryl.
I think it's
Wilsner.
Cute.
What did I say?
Cleat. Well, because
Cute.
we're
I'm
looking at
it backwards. Yeah. Okay, so let me not do that and say this is Cleat Cute by Meryl Wilsner, and nothing sexier than playing hard. So this is about 2 women who are on the U.S. national soccer team. One of them's been on the team for a while. The other one is a young upstart, and chaos, competition, and romance ensue. This is coming out from St. Martin's Griffin. It publishes on September 19th. Yes, September 19th, and I plan to read it before then. I also have 2 other lesbian romance with soccer themes queued up to read, so I'm hoping to read all 3 of them in a row. I haven't done something like that in a while, where I've dove in like that, other than Nathaniel Hawthorne this summer. But you know what I mean, with like romance, or they're by different authors. And Meryl is from Michigan. She's from Michigan originally, and one of the other books is by a woman in the UK, and then the 3rd book, I believe, is from a woman in Australia.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to get international soccer flair.
Chris has been watching Ted Lasso, so she's got soccer or football on the brain.
Yeah, football, soccer, and lesbians on the brain. Can't go wrong with that.
Good combination.
Yes.
So let us know what you're reading. We really want to know down below. If you're audiobook listening, we want to know that. We want all the details.
All of it. Absolutely. Because we're nosy that way.
That's right.
Yeah.
We want to build our TBR too.
I know. It's really fun to do.
It is.
I was playing around on Goodreads the other day, like kind of zhuzhing up my categories and shelves, I guess.
Yeah.
Different shelves that you can create.
You're so organized.
Well, not really, but it's fun to play around.
It is.
Yeah, but anyway, y'all, thanks for watching, and happy reading.